Hello, everybody. I'm Slice. Welcome to episode 52 of All the Mods 8. I think we need a little bit more juice. So the question is, why? Well, last episode, we did do a little bit of work on the star. In between that episode and this episode, I released part 1 of the guide. And I've been also working offline on this world by producing items for 18 more stars. And that's literally just, a lot of crafting, right? So in here, I've got 23 blocks of 3 times nether stars, and I got them also in there. I have 19 oblivion shards. Didn't realize that I actually had one inside of the mechanical star up there, so I accidentally made 18. I only needed to do 17, but regardless, I have one extra. I have 18 dragon souls. Patrick Star, I'm not too worried about. That's just a bunch of easy stuff. Philosopher's Stone, we have all of. The improbable probability device is extremely expensive because of this piece. The cheaper of these 3 is actually the 256M, and that is still extremely expensive. And it does go a little bit faster on the entire setup change that we did, but it's still really slow because of a lot of resource. Additionally, I actually need a lot more creative essence, so eventually I will be creating an Insanium bee and getting that set up. Notice that we don't have these 3 pieces here. The dimensional seed takes up a lot of material. We have the 18 emerald 5 times blocks. We have the telepads. I don't have enough diamonds. Nowhere near enough diamonds. I have the end stone. And absolutely nowhere near enough soul sand blocks because they need to be 5x, and I need 12 more of them. Netherrack 6x. 6x is really expensive. I didn't have enough for this little craft, but this has been running for a little bit, so there's a chance that I might have it now. I haven't looked. But obsidian. Obsidian is a rough one. I don't have it anywhere near enough to even come close to getting it. But crafting obsidian, I've been doing pretty much solely with the obsidian essence. And that's not exactly coming in very fast. So I was looking around to see what I might be able to do. And I came across this laser drill in the End Highlands. So I might put that together because it kind of seems like the best option that I can see. There is obsidian bees. But that makes obsidian dust, and you need 9 of those to make an obsidian. So I also feel like that's a little bit slow, comparatively speaking to a few things. So I think I might try to build the laser for that. But either way, that's extremely far away. Diamonds is extremely far away. Soul sand is extremely far away. And that is just for the dimensional seed. We also have to craft enough improbable devices, so a lot of material for the 256M. And then the Nexium emitters, I think I might actually be really close to these. I think. Right, yeah. So this process, I do seemingly have enough material to do it. It's just that this process is going to take forever to actually do. I was going through and manually crafting some solar panels, Because the way AE2 works is once you set this, it kind of does like one thing at a time. So it was crafting all of these individually. So I ended up completely overhauling my CPUs, which I can show you. So down here, it looks very different from what you've seen in the past. I completely changed these. I changed almost all of these to have a crafting monitor and 3 co-processing units, and then 4 1024K storage components. Just so that way it can hold more and it can do things faster. Now, I didn't do that with all of them because I ran out of material. So I've just been kind of waiting on that. But this will allow me to process things faster. So one of the things that allows me to do this a little bit faster is separating out the crafts. Like I did like 1,000 on one craft and 1,000 on another and 1,000 on another. So that way they were like 1,000 here, 1,000 here, and 1,000 here. So instead of doing 3,000 in one, where it was crafting one at a time, it was crafting 3,000 across 3 of them, thus crafting 3 at a time. I also crafted some manually because I was bored. But let's go ahead and actually initiate that, because that will kind of sort of check one thing off the list. Today, what we're going to do is work on a way to improve the speed of a lot of things. And it's something that I've brought up before that I just haven't done. So now that I need it, I'm going to do it. We're going to look into Roots Classic. So these staves right here, I know are the item that can have the acceleration on them. I've seen some people use them. So let's figure out how to actually get these. I'm assuming here that Crystal Staff is probably the more advanced one. Yeah, so the most powerful magic. See Runic Tablet for crafting. So the Runic Tablet is, I guess, the book. Can I just craft that? Yes. Can I put this in here? Oh, wait, that's in this way. It seems like I can, so let's go ahead and do that so that way I can. Good stuff. All right. So the first entry here is bark harvesting. Trees are very important to natural magic. Using some wood and saplings, you can create a knife capable of softly harvesting the bark from trees, which can be used in recipes and rituals. Right-click a log block to harvest bark from it, with a chance of breaking the log block. Okay, I don't know if I like the whole breaking part, but I get it. Rare materials. We got old roots, verdant sprigs, infernal bulbs, and dragon's eye. Old roots can be found at a 1 in 40 chance when breaking tall grass. Verdant sprigs will drop at I've seen a ton of these, and I've literally tossed a ton of them away. Infernal bulbs. Haven't seen those at all. Dragon's eye. So let's actually just take a look in my system and see if we even have any of that. Verdant? Nope. Sprig? Nope. Dragon. We have 5 dragon's eye. That's cool. Bulb. None. Root. We have 18 of those. Do we have any down here? Because I know there's a lot of stuff that I kind of just left in here, and I never kind of took care of. Don't be me. Clean up your old chests. Okay, those center ones are actually taken care of. No. No. Hey, there's one. Why is there sugar in there? Hey, there's more. I'm not seeing any of the others. That's fine. I don't know if we're going to need those, but let's go ahead and take a look. Growth powder. I don't really want to grow things. Mutating. Don't want to mutate. Don't care about the berries. Don't care about stew? I don't know how important that is. Mortar. The flora in the world around you seem to have vast untapped power. What? You know what? Hold on. Let's take a look at the crafting recipes for those things. Okay, there's no crafting recipe for that. This one requires... Wait a minute. That... Okay, hold on. Yeah, so this requires a block of diamond, a stick, a blaze powder, block of coal, acacia bark, verdant sprig, and birch bark. Okay. Well, luckily we have a lot of acacia just chilling, so we can actually just place and use a bark knife. What is this? Let's find the crystal staff in here. Nope, not there. There it is. Not only can this staff keep spells indefinitely, it can also store 4 at a time. Okay, so this kind of looks like fire, but this kind of looks like a handheld torch, kind of like, you know, the Olympic torch. So I'm not sure what that is. Not sure what this means, but they're intentionally separated, so adding spells to the staff requires a separate ritual. In addition to this ritual's displayed components, you may add up to 4 additional spell powders as incense. Incense. I saw something about incense before. Where was that? Wait, imbuing a staff. I'll have to take a look at that shortly. Wait, acceleration? Yeah? Because that's what I want. The Oxide Daisy is attuned to the passage of time itself. Using the above recipe, you can create a spell capable of increasing the tick rate, which is exactly what I want. By default, the spell will triple the rate of these devices. Wow. And I saw people using this multiple times on the same thing. So is that like tripling the triple? Or is it additive? Like if you click this on something twice, is it 6x or is it 3 times 3? Either way, that's a lot of tick rate increase. I mean, to be fair, the time in a bottle can go up to 256x. So, But time in a bottle is temporary. This seems to be permanent from what I'm gathering watching people. Okay, so this looks like a mortar and pestle kind of thing. So there was a mortar here. Mashing them into a pulp. Yep. To mash the aforementioned plants into a pulp, you're going to need something to mash with. That makes sense. Using the mortar and pestle, detailed in this tablet are many recipes. Yep. You will need all the ingredients to create the most basic possible spell. Simply place the spell's recipe as well as the an old root. Why specifically an old root? Okay. This will allow for a spell with no modifiers. Wait, there was a modifier section? Mixing some modifiers into your spells can make them much more powerful. Potency modifiers, which is glowstone dust, will improve the strength of a spell's effect. Efficiency modifiers, which is redstone dust, will improve the casting cost and the number of uses a spell has. Size modifiers, which is gunpowder, will improve the area a spell affects. Okay. Let's see here. Old roots will allow a spell to be crafted, but permit no modifiers. Okay, so when it's talking about to create the most basic spell, simply place in the spell's recipe as well as an old root. This actually shouldn't necessarily just be an old root, because you could also do the sprig or the dragon's eye for the most, I would assume, because it's from the end. Modifiers. Infernal bulbs can support 2. Dragon's eye can support 3. These ingredients must be added first. Oh, it probably means recipe, then this, then the modifiers is how I'm thinking. So, imbuing a staff. Your mortar and pestle yield a fine spell powder for use in spells, but it can't really be used on its own. With this device, you channel natural energies from the powder into the branch of wood. Simply place in a stick, place in your powder, and wait for your staff to pop out. I'm guessing here that means... Let's see here. I'm guessing that this probably means that this is the one that pops out from the imbuing staff. And this one requires a ritual. Okay, how do I get sprigs? Rare materials. Because it looks like I'm actually going to need to do that. Fully grown crops of all kinds. Pain. I literally cleared my farms. I do have these. So I could stop the harvest pylon and kind of just do this myself. All right, so I sat here for a little bit with my Supremium watering can and 5 lily pads, just letting some of this grow. And when you actually harvest this using, your left click, not your right click, I tried it with right click a few times and I didn't get any. I don't know if that means I was just really unlucky or if you straight up can't. But you can get a few here and there for that. So I don't know if I'm going to keep needing these, but I'm going to, plant more. And if I need them, I can come back and grab them. But I do have a few things pulled together. The recipe for the crystal staff and the spell dust, I think it's called. As well as I crafted the mortar and pestle, and I crafted the altar. Something else that I was looking at... Oh, and I used the 2 bark knives on this setup to grab some bark, because that's part of the recipe. But I noticed in here that on the crystal staff, this little crafting grid It's an 11 by 11 grid, and somewhere in here it mentioned something about needing to have some incense burners within a 9 by 9. So I'm guessing that means like within this perimeter rather than the entire perimeter here. But I was also checking out these little standing stones because their recipe is a little bit crazier. Right, so this kind of looks like they're taller stones, and this looks like they're smaller stones. So I was actually looking at all of these again, and I noticed that there is a mundane and an attuned, and they look like one's taller and one's not. One's cheaper and one's more expensive. So I believe, and I don't know if this actually is stated somewhere in here, but I believe this means that this staff requires to have 8 mundane standing stones. I mean, it would make sense. I don't know what this, by carving runes into the stone structure, you give it a much needed ability to draw. I don't see anything about drawing runes anywhere, but there's a crafting recipe for the mundane. So let's craft 8 of these. It kind of looks like it already has something carved into it. Okay. So the staff is crafted in the ritual altar, right? Do I have enough room here for this? Yeah, it should be. Should be fine. So let's go ahead and drop that. And if we follow the way it looks inside of the tablet here, this looks like it needs to be 2 blocks away. Right, so 2, 2, 2. Just like that. Now, I did see something about incense, right? So I guess we have to craft some of these. Let's see here. Pull this back up and... Wait a minute. This entire little picture here looks different in the tablet. Yeah, cut off this piece. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Did it cut off the top piece because that's implying that it's the casting altar for these 3? Let's see. Do I have the 4 on me? I know I grabbed a few things. Birch, verdant. Okay, I need coal. I don't have a coal block. 1. Okay, so 1. Let's go with these 2, 3. Okay, so this actually only takes... No, hold on, let me put this away because I don't need it. This actually only takes 3. So that means it is going to have to be... Where did that other piece go? Oh, I didn't. Okay, whoops. It's going to have to be the diamond block. The stick. You know what? That actually kind of makes a little bit of sense because the stick would be the staff. And then the other 2 pieces are kind of making the little crystal part of the staff. So that makes a lot of sense. Which means these other pieces are incense. So root incense. Ha. I had 4 cauldrons in there. All right. So within a 9x9. So that means I could have them out here. That's going to get kind of in the way. So I guess let's just put them in the corner here. Then we can place these guys. Okay. I don't know where I saw it in the tablet, but in order to light incense, I believe you need to light it because you need to, set it on fire to actually make incense work. Do I have enough durability on that guy? Actually, you know what? I think I might be getting ahead of myself on that. Well, no, nothing else is required. So let's go ahead and set... Yeah, okay, those are working. Set these on fire. Oh, it's sneak right click. So this should be making me the crystal staff. Aha. Crystal staff unbound. And in the tablet here, it did say that it needs... Oop, too far. Adding spells to the staff requires a separate ritual. And this is crystal imbue. So I'm assuming here that this means that the recipe in the center here needs to be that staff and a sprig. Oh, there's spell powder, acceleration. So I'm assuming that I have to put all this different modifier stuff inside of the mortar and pestle. Okay, so let's go ahead and place the mortar. And then just in case, I think this might need to be in order. So I'm just going to place those there. Then it's the dragon's eye, and then it's those. No, I already did it wrong. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Mortar and pestle. Okay. And it is an acceleration with 3 potency. Now... Alright, let's go back to the entry on the crystal staff. Okay, we crafted the staff. In addition to this ritual's displayed components, you may add up to 4 additional spell powders as incense. Okay, so you need to put this incense into here. Or sorry, the spell into the incense. And then light it. And there we go. Is that doing anything? Oh, yeah. Okay, so now this has the capability of having 4 spells in it. I only have 1, but I think it's shift right click will toggle between all of them. So right now I'm on the spell, Or I'm assuming here that it's not shift. It's necessary. It might be sneak. But there are some mods that hard code shift in there. So try your sneak, and if that doesn't work, hold shift. But I'm right clicking, right clicking, right clicking, right clicking. Okay, so it does have 4 slots. So how does this actually work? Let's go to a machine. No, Invar is not really one I want. Actually, you know what? Let's go down below. Can I see it better down here? Probably not. Let's see. That's Constantine. Brass. You know what? Let's just do it on one of these and... Oh, wait. There was something in here. Where did I see it? Imbued with the power of nature, all you need to do is hold right click to charge up a spell, and after about a second release, right click to cast it. Staves have limited uses and will be destroyed completely after their charges. The number of charges can be increased with the use of efficiency modifier. No, that's not what I saw. I thought I saw something about needing to stand on, like, dirt or something. Is that the case here? I'm gonna go with no. Did that do a thing? I don't actually know how to tell if this actually works or not. Does anyone know how to tell if this works? I'm kind of just throwing particles at it. Is there something I can maybe do? Does it work on plants? I'm gonna go with no. Ooh, you know what? I saw a lot of people using it on beehives. That kind of looked like that hit the nest. So that hit the nest 3 times. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if this is working or not. I don't know how to tell. Off screen, I will use it on the stuff that's making all of the material that I am missing. But I want to start something additional. And I'm not going to totally go over it in this episode. I just kind of want to get it started because I want to take a little bit of time to get a little bit crafty. So let's go ahead and just grab some throwaway blocks. And let's go up here. Up here, a long time ago, we created this little bit of like a magical walkway for a bunch of source berries, right? So I kind of want to make another little building. Something that I had never really did in this particular playthrough is have a nice little spot for a bedroom. I kind of had my bed just chilling out here for the longest time. I then moved it out of my way and put it in here. I mean, this is not a bedroom, folks. Make yourself a bedroom. Make it nice and comfortable. You're meant to sleep in it. Have nice dreams and such. You know, stare up at the night when it's not raining, or when it's raining. Because for me, rain thumping against like a roof or glass or something is kind of calming, right? So my idea here is to make a little bit of a new bedroom for myself. So I kind of had a little bit of an idea. And I'm going to build this temporary idea with you now. Just the layout. I'm not going to build the entire room. And then... Nope, I messed that up. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, and 1. And then... There. So 2... Oh, let's do it over here. That way. So this will be consumed, and then we can do 2, 3, that, do that. Yep. 2, yeah. These double circles are kind of throwing me off a little bit. That. And 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Lines up. Okay, so the idea here is to have 2 separate rooms. One that's kind of like a lead up into this room, and then have this be an actual bedroom that has a glass ceiling and some fancy magical ambiance kind of situation going on. And then the rim or the trim of the top of the place be in aluminium blocks. Now, that's a lot of aluminium blocks. So for the time being, I'll probably make it out of gold and then maybe throw in some aluminium. But if I can get the aluminium blocks started and get an ATM star B, a starry B, we can start getting ATM shards and making a lot of stuff really quick. Especially if this crystal staff actually works on the beehives, then I can get that one nest going really fast. So that's the idea. I'm going to toy around with design on how I want this room to look. But for that, we're going to leave it here. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on it and sharing with your friends. Don't forget to click that subscribe button for future videos. And to stay up to date, check the links below so that way you can follow on your preferred platform. There's a Discord that you can join if you'd like to get, quicker updates. I do post on the community tab over on the community tab down below. If you'd like to drop a comment anywhere and let me know what you think, I would appreciate it. Thanks for chilling.